is on a road show. You can see the visuals right now. We'll bring you more details about this in just a second, but he is in Maharashtra as we speak. This is the National Youth Festival. Listen in.
स्वागत के लिए प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी का स्वागत और विश्व के सबसे लोकप्रिय नेता जो कि आज नासिक में है। आप देख सकते हैं किस तरीके से जो पुष्प वर्षा है उसके जरिए और साथ ही प्रधानमंत्री के साथ महाराष्ट्र के मुख्यमंत्री भी यहाँ नजर आए।
Okay, let's go over to our colleague Payal to understand more about these in all of these stories. Payal, the Prime Minister is going to be inaugurating projects worth 30,000 crores in Maharashtra. Bring us more details, please.
The Prime Minister is in fact on a day-long tour to Maharashtra, and these road shows, wherever the Prime Minister goes and people thronging the streets, is becoming a very, very regular feature. And that is something which one can see. You can see, of course, Eknath Shinde, the Chief Minister, flanking the Prime Minister as the Prime Minister is in Nashik, the holy city of Nashik. The Prime Minister is bringing a big gift, a series of gifts. In fact, Ajit Pawar also there on that that you can really see, along with the other leaders. Devendra Fadnavis also there, the Deputy CM. So that's the Prime Minister's visit today. This roadshow taking place in Nashik. The Prime Minister is going to bring in a number of gifts for the city of Nashik, for the city of Mumbai, and of course for the state of Maharashtra, which is said to be the financial capital of the country as well. The Prime Minister will be dedicating to the people of Maharashtra today the Atal Setu, which is the longest bridge in India, which is built at a cost of over 17,000 crores. The Prime Minister will also lay foundation of the underground road tunnel connecting the Eastern Freeways, Orange Gate to Marine Drive. And apart from that, he will also be laying foundation of other projects, including he will be inaugurating, in fact, the Bharat Ratnam and the new enterprises and services tower. That's something which the Prime Minister will be doing, and multiple projects related to rail and road, drinking water is something which the Prime Minister will be dedicating to the nation. One very, very significant thing to watch out for Toya is that in an effort to, in fact, promote women empowerment, the PM will also launch the Namo Mahila Shakti Karan Abhiyan in Maharashtra. Remember, the BJP has been focusing on the women empowerment and the women vote as far as the 2024 elections are concerned. The party has already formed a committee which will actually reach out to the women and hold various relations. So this visit of the Prime Minister is extremely significant, and we are given to understand that by the end of this month and before the elections are announced, the Prime Minister would have toured every state of the country in the run-up to the big elections, because remember, it is his name, his being the biggest star campaigner of the BJP, that the BJP has been seeking votes, at least for the last decade.
Can you also tell us what the National Youth Festival is that the Prime Minister is inaugurating?
Well, of course, reaching out to the youth, reaching out to them is one of the flanks. Again, something which the Prime Minister is and the BJP has been often speaking about. So the youth festival becomes extremely significant in that respect as well. It has been the constant endeavor of the Prime Minister to make the youth a key part of development. Remember, he has been saying that there are 4 jatis or 4 castes in this country, which is of course the Garib, which is the poor, the youth, the Mahila, and the Kisan, and that's the reason the 27th National Youth Festival in Nashik will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister. It is organized every year between 12th to 16th January, with 12th January being the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekanand. And the host this time around is Nashik, is Maharashtra and Nashik. So obviously that is something which it aims to create a forum for different regions in India to share the experiences and to lay foundation for a united nation in the spirit of Ek Bharat Shresh Bharat, something that Swami Vivekanand championed.
Okay, thank you for bringing us that context, Payal. Okay, let's now go over to Vinaya Deshpande. She's our Mumbai Bureau Chief. She's with us right now to bring us more details. Vinaya, we know that the Lok Sabha elections are obviously right around the corner, and therefore we look at everything from the prism of those developments too. Can you just tell us, Eknath Shinde accompanying him on that carriageway, Ajit Pawar also, I believe Devendra Fadnavis too, though we haven't seen him yet in the visual. Can you just bring us more context, please?
Well, yes, absolutely. It is an important event with respect to the political developments, Toya. As you know that for the last few days, Maharashtra has been in news for several reasons. The most important one being the disqualification petitions that were filed against Eknath Shinde as well, on which the decision has come only 2 days ago. So clearly at a time when the Prime Minister is here in Maharashtra for 2 major events. Firstly, it's the inauguration of the National Youth Day. that is taking place in Nashik right now, where the PM is. And secondly, one of the biggest infrastructure projects of India, India's longest ocean bridge that is going to be inaugurated in Mumbai today afternoon. The fact that the chief minister is standing next to the prime minister has a lot of political importance, because remember, this is the same man who has been in line of fire being called the illegal and unconstitutional chief minister of Maharashtra. It was said that by 10th of this month, that was, the day when the speaker gave decision on the disqualification plea, he will have to vacate his post. And that is why today, when we see that the chief minister is accompanying the prime minister, it's a kind of a political messaging of sorts that is being given out, and that is most important. So while we have seen that the chief minister has been preparing for this visit of the prime minister, he's also preparing to go to the World Economic Forum in Davos in the coming few days. The fact that after such a big judgment, which is being seen as a constitutional and political milestone, not just for Maharashtra, but for the country's politics, the chief minister in some sense consolidating his hold, saying that he is here to stay, and that is the biggest political message. On the background of the Lok Sabha polls, we expect that when the Lok Sabha polls are announced, all these three alliance partners will be together. And in some sense, after the verdict of the speaker in the disqualification plea, Eknath Shinde only seems to suggest that his stance has got stronger. Back to you.
Okay, Vinay, there's been a very interesting question that we've seen a lot of analysts chime in on, whether Eknath Shinde needs the BJP more, the BJP needs Eknath Shinde. Could you opine on that over the next few months? How could that play out?
Well, we've seen that, with respect to the political drama that unfolded in Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde and his MLAs played a key role at a time when the power equations changed in the state. Thereafter, we are seeing that even if Eknath Shinde, along with the BJP, had a comfortable majority in the state, yet the BJP went out of its way, and Ajit Pawar also joined the government, whereby we are seeing that it's not just a comfortable majority, it's much more than that. So as of now, the way the political equations in Maharashtra are panned out, it clearly looks like among the three alliance partners in this government formation, the BJP holds the upper hand. It has all its surveys right, it has all its optics right. If anything, it has also been able to in some sense deflect the kind of anger or unquiet feelings which had come after Eknath Shinde had jumped the ship and had left Uddhav Thackeray. So all that anger seems to have been directed at Eknath Shinde at one point in time. Having put all of this behind, after seeing that in the last 2 days there have been several agitations on the streets of Maharashtra, particularly against Eknath Shinde and against the Speaker of Maharashtra, as of now, through the alliance equation that emerges in Maharashtra, the BJP seems to be the stronger partner among all the three, and it seems like for the Lok Sabha elections as well, it will be the BJP which will call the shots.
Okay, Vinaya, can I ask you to stay with us? We want to come back to you to ask you much more in terms of the dynamics at play here. Let's go over to our colleague Aman Sharma 1 second though for the national context. Aman, our colleague Vinaya was framing this very interestingly. She was saying that this is a show of strength that not just for the BJP but also for the Maharashtra government, Eknath Shinde in particular, in whose favour the speaker has just ruled just a few days ago versus the Uddhav Thackeray faction. Can you, Aman, elaborate more on that in the context of the general elections that are right around the corner in terms of what seat sharing could look like? What have been the bumps for this alliance of the BJP, the Eknath Shinde-led faction of the Shiv Sena, and of course the NCP faction that is led by Ajit Pawar?
See, clearly the coalition which came together under Mr. Eknath Shinde, of course, the BJP and the NCP faction of Mr. Ajit Pawar, the whole idea of bringing also Mr. Ajit Pawar into the coalition was aimed at big gains in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. That has been the calculation of the BJP, and the recent ruling of the speaker has obviously come as a shot in the arm, because that doubt which was hanging over over this alliance, that will the government be able to continue now, that has been set to rest. Of course, the Uddhav Thackeray's faction may go to the Supreme Court and challenge this, but still the speaker's the decision which has come as a shot in the arm, and we now see the Prime Minister also in Maharashtra today. He's coming for two major events. One is he's in Nashik, and he just announced that he will be in Panchwati to begin his 11-day Anushthan for the Ram Temple Pran Pratishthan ceremony. So he's beginning from Panchwati in Nashik, where he's going to, he just announced, in fact, in a video message in the morning today. So there's a big message on the Ram Temple issue. Plus, he's inaugurating a mega infrastructure projects today in Mumbai, especially the Atal Setu, which is being Sheva Atal Setu, which is being inaugurated by the Prime Minister. Is the largest sea bridge project in the country, a major connectivity project which will link Mumbai to Navi Mumbai. And other major projects are also being, this is also a part of the PM's big development push. This Viksit Bharat Yatra, in which the PM is going to various states, and today is the turn of Maharashtra, where a big bonanza of big infra projects is being given to Maharashtra, is being inaugurated by the Prime Minister. So the message being that, it is the Modi government which is taking the country on a development path. Okay. The PM also going to Panchwati, so also a message on the Ram Temple issues on the 22nd for the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. And of course, Maharashtra, with 48 seats, is a very, very important state for the BJP, and it wants to win big here ahead of the 2024 Lok Sabha elections.
Okay, let me just touch on that with our colleague Vinaya Deshpande also, who remains with us. Vinaya is our Mumbai bureau chief. Vinaya, as Aman was just telling us, second highest tally of seats that a state has is Maharashtra, right after Uttar Pradesh and above West Bengal. Can you just tell our audiences, Vinaya, where the challenges remain for this coalition that we're looking at on our screens right now? Aman was pointing out just how much this coalition was a coalition of convenience, in the sense that Ajit Pawar's recent addition, for example, the hope was it would boost their performance. But can you tell us which regions remain a challenge and which regions are a confident win? And could we start possibly with Nashik?
Well, absolutely, Toya. In fact, if you look at the dynamics within the state, you know that the NCP has also been, a faction of the NCP has been brought on board. That is specifically because of the kind of strengthening that the BJP feels it requires in the belt of Western Maharashtra, which has traditionally not been the stronghold for the BJP and has been the Maratha, stronghold that we see all these Maratha strong men coming from, the rich region of Western Maharashtra. That is the belt that really the BJP is eyeing as a major challenge with respect to the regional imbalances that we have seen when it comes to BJP strength. Having said that, the issues that are going to be important and challenging this time for the government specifically is the Maratha reservation versus the OBC ire as well, because on one hand, while the Marathas have consistently been demanding for reservation, Marathas have been politically and socially dominant in Maharashtra. To see their demand for reservation, the OBCs are also up in arms. Now remember, the OBC has been the traditional voter base of the BJP, while the Marathas have been the traditional voter base of the NCP. So in some sense, that is going to be a major challenge that the government will look at when it goes to polls this time on. The other challenges that we are specifically looking at is the kind of disaffection that we had seen growing against Eknath Shinde after the split within the Shiv Sena that had taken place. We have seen that over the last 2 days, again, there has been an outburst of anger on the streets, but clearly sentiments are also running high when it comes to Ram Temple, and that is one issue that seems to be picking up a lot larger within the four constituencies of BJP. In any way, the BJP has been preparing for these polls for quite some time now, even as the MVA is still in talks with respect to seat sharing. That kind of an understanding seems to have been behind them when it comes to the Mahayuti, which is already in place. So while there are several pluses and there are several minuses as well, it's a mixed bag of challenges that this current government looks at. Just a few months before the Lok Sabha polls, the real test that Maharashtra politics is really looking at is the Vidhan Sabha elections, of course, which will come immediately after the Lok Sabha elections. While there seems to be some sense of prediction with respect to Lok Sabha elections for the state in Maharashtra, that kind of prediction doesn't really hold ground for the Vidhan Sabha elections, where all the equations seem to be quite dicey and quite fluid, and that is where the real challenge will lie for particularly the Mahayuti as well.
Okay, can I just ask you to stay with us, Vinay? I just want to tell our audiences more about what lies in store today. So after, we're going to bring you more context on these developments. This mega roadshow that you're looking at right now, right after that, the Prime Minister is going to be inaugurating the Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link. It's also called Atal Setu. It's the country's longest sea bridge, and that is going to be taking place later in the day today. Now, it's a 21.8 kilometer long sea bridge. You can see the promotional video of it, about it, on the right side of your screens right now. And it will be connecting the south to Navi Mumbai between the Sevdi and other areas. It is expected to cater around 70,000 vehicles on a daily basis. Now, the bridge officially is going to be called the Atal Bihari Vajpayee Sevdi Niwas Seva Atal Setu, and it's been built at a cost of 21,200 crores. The bridge will provide faster connectivity on one side to Mumbai International Airport, on the other to Navi Mumbai and the international airport that is located there. It's also going to be reducing the travel time from Mumbai to Pune, Goa and South India. That is the hope for it.
From Mumbai to Chirle in 22 minutes at a toll of 250 rupees. Yes, this is the biggest speciality of this bridge, the Atal Setu. The distance between Mumbai and Navi Mumbai, which generally takes an hour and 45 minutes for people to cover, will now be covered in just 22 minutes, and that is the biggest USP. Saving of time, saving of petrol, saving of fuel. Most importantly, these are the two places which have two important ports. The Mumbai port will be connected to Jawaharlal Nehru port, and that is the major traffic that is being expected. The trucks which will ferry goods from one port to another are expected to use this. Now, one of the concerns was the noise that the vehicles will generate when they will move on Atal Setu, and in order to cut down on this noise, these transparent noise barriers have been set up across the Atal Setu. Now, what is their speciality? While you can see that they are transparent, you can see through them, you can see the glorious sunset that's happening right behind me. But what's also important is that they are so strong that the noise gets cut, and in fact, instead of spreading, it moves up, thereby generating a very strong sound barrier across the Atal Setu. This is a massive achievement for the MMRDA. How do you look at it?
Well, I see this as a huge thing for us and for the state, and I think even at the national level, this is India's longest sea bridge. It is one of the longest in Asia. It is amongst the longest in the world. It has been built by technologies which were hitherto unknown, and it is a game changer in more ways than one.
So, sir, if you could talk to us about the specialities of this 22-kilometer long ocean bridge, as we already know that this is the biggest, the longest in India. What are the other qualities that make this different from any other bridge that has been constructed here, particularly because this also crosses several key installations which are important defense-wise?
Well, firstly, it connects the old dream of every Mumbaiker. The island city is there, and the hinterland is there, and these two are to be connected. That's a very old dream of people who live in Mumbai. So this dream is now, it is being fructified by the means of this bridge. That is one. If you see from the engineering angle or the technical angle, then it is an amazing bridge. See, 16.5 kilometers of the bridge is bang on the sea. Remaining is an elevated road.
Okay, we're heading into a short break. On the other side, we will be joined once again by our colleagues. We'll bring you a lot more context on this story and what commuters have had to say so far. It's time for a short break.